The nationality with the highest growth rate in naturalization approvals was. Looking at the data, the number of applications surged from 139 in 2022 to 331 in 2023, then skyrocketed to 585 in 2024, an astonishing 321% increase. Hello, I'm Rico. Today, based on data released by the Ministry of Justice, I'll discuss the top 4 nationalities experiencing a surge in naturalization approvals. Remarkably, approvals for one nationality have more than tripled in just 2 years. Furthermore, one nationality entered the top 10 for the first time in 2024. How is Japan's naturalization application landscape changing right now? And what is the situation for your nationality? Let's analyze the latest data. Is it true that more people are naturalizing these days? Which nationalities are most common? Could I naturalize myself? If you have such questions or concerns, watching this video should give you an idea of the current naturalization application situation. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up button, and be sure to watch right to the end. Now, before delving into individual countries, let us first examine the situation across Japan as a whole. This graph shows the number of naturalization applicants over the past 3 years. In 2022, there were 9,023 applicants. In 2023, 9,836 applicants. And in 2024, a staggering 12,248 applicants. This trend has been increasing year on year, with 2024 exceeding 12,000, an increase of approximately 2,400 compared to the previous year. This can be seen as a positive sign, indicating a growing number of people who have lived in Japan for many years and wish to continue residing here permanently. Next, let us examine the actual number of people who were granted permission. In 2022, 7,059 individuals obtained permission, rising to 8,800 in 2023 and 8,863 in 2024. Compared to the sharp increase in applicants, the number of approvals has risen only slightly. You might be wondering, has the screening become stricter? However, as of 2024, this seems unlikely. It is conceivable that the increase in applications is causing delays in the Ministry of Justice's screening process. This simultaneously suggests that the number of approvals is likely to increase further in the future. Furthermore, for those considering applying for naturalization, it is precisely because the number of applicants is increasing now that thorough preparation is essential. Well then, apologies for keeping you waiting. Which nationality saw the largest increase in naturalized citizens over the past 3 years? Focusing on the growth rate of naturalization approvals, we present the surging nationalities in a countdown format. In 4th place for the sharpest rise in naturalization approvals is Vietnam. According to Immigration Bureau data, approvals for Vietnamese nationals increased from 360 in 2022 to 625 in 2023, but decreased to 408 in 2024. Hold on, isn't that actually a decrease? An astute observation. Indeed, while Vietnam saw a significant increase in 2023, it decreased in 2024. However, the crucial point is the 73% growth rate recorded between 2022 and 2023. It is highly likely that more Vietnamese individuals are coming to Japan as international students, subsequently securing employment in Japanese companies as engineers, interpreters, and other professionals, thereby establishing a foundation for life in Japan. Next, the nationality ranking 3rd in terms of the sharp rise in naturalization approval rates is Myanmar. Looking at the data, while it was outside the top 10 in 2022 and 2023, 153 individuals were granted approval in 2024, entering the top 10 for the first time. This is quite a significant change. As many of you may be aware, given the recent domestic situation in Myanmar, it is possible that more people are considering naturalization as an option to start a new life in Japan. This is to ensure they can live here with peace of mind going forward. Furthermore, numerous cases are also seen where individuals who had been staying in Japan as international students faced difficulties returning home and chose to establish a life base in Japan. The nationality with the second fastest increase in naturalization approvals is Sri Lanka. The number of naturalization approvals for Sri Lankan nationals surged from 80 in 2022 to 220 in 2024, representing a 175% increase over 3 years and a 2.75-fold jump in just 2 years. More significantly, This increase shows a steady annual upward trend. Behind this surge lies the fact that many work in Japan as technical professionals, such as IT engineers, giving the impression they are becoming established within Japanese society. Cases where families settle permanently and children attend Japanese schools are increasing, strengthening the trend towards considering naturalization as a family unit. And the nationality with the highest growth rate in naturalization approvals was Nepal. Looking at the data, the number of applications surged from 139 in 2022 to 331 in 2023, then skyrocketed to 585 in 2024, an astonishing 321% increase. This equates to a 4.2-fold increase in just 2 years. It appears that more Nepalese are seeking naturalization, underpinned by their diligence and strong adaptability to Japanese culture. In many cases, they come to Japan as international students and secure employment with Japanese companies after graduation. Subsequently, some utilize family stay visas to bring spouses and children over from their home country. This background is thought to be facilitating their integration into Japanese society. Now, having examined the top 4 nationalities experiencing a surge in naturalization approvals, there are several common trends among the 4 countries introduced today, so I shall outline 3 key points. First, it is noteworthy that they have established strong community bonds within Japan. The sharing of successful precedents among predecessors boosts the motivation of those aiming for naturalization. The sharing of concrete information makes it easier for subsequent applicants to prepare. Even when uncertainties arise, an environment exists where members exchange information, support each other, and offer encouragement. This factor is reflected in the data showing this surge. The second commonality is that they have firmly established their foundations for life in Japan. Many initially arrive as international students, diligently learning the Japanese language, culture, and skills. Their efforts then bear fruit, enabling them to secure work visas for specialized professions and become indispensable contributors to Japanese society. Over many years, they build their careers and establish stable lives in Japan. This accumulation of effort leads to the significant decision to naturalize. And the final point is the earnest desire to make a life in Japan, looking towards the future. The reality is that, due to economic and political reasons in their home countries, an increasing number of people are seriously considering not just temporary work, but building a life in Japan. Amidst challenging circumstances, one senses a determination to aim for naturalization in order to look towards a new future. It seems this is reflected in the sharp rise in this data. Finally, for everyone from all countries considering applying for naturalization, I would like to share 3 crucial points regarding the naturalization application process. First, one crucial point is that numerous documents are required for the naturalization application. Documents from your home country, in particular, can take time to obtain, so begin preparations early. The second point is preparing for the interview. You will be asked questions in Japanese about your living situation in Japan, your family, and your motivation for naturalization. Prepare not only for everyday conversation but also to articulate your experiences and thoughts. The final point is that stable income, payment of taxes, insurance premiums, and pensions, as well as compliance with traffic rules and the Immigration Control Act, are all subject to scrutiny. You needn't do anything extraordinary, but these are the basic expectations for living as a law-abiding citizen in Japan. With your future life in Japan in mind, build a solid foundation. Today, based on data from the Ministry of Justice, we focused on the growth rate of naturalization approvals and reported on the top 4 nationalities experiencing sharp increases over the past 3 years. What did you think? Nepal ranked first with a 321% increase, followed by Sri Lanka in second place with a 175% growth rate. Third place went to Myanmar, which entered the top 10 for the first time in 2024, with Vietnam taking fourth place. Many individuals who have studied, found employment, and built stable lives in Japan appear to be choosing the path of naturalization. This increase, I believe, is the result of more people being motivated by a sense of security in continuing their lives in Japan and by the pursuit of a better standard of living. On this channel, we'll be sharing the latest information on naturalization applications and visa applications, along with useful information for everyone. But while watching the videos, you might be thinking, does this information actually apply to my situation? I'm not really sure where to start preparing. What specific documents are actually required? If I've committed a traffic offense in the past, will that affect my naturalization application? You might be feeling various doubts and anxieties like these. But actually, these individual concerns are precisely the most important points. Therefore, to provide personalized advice tailored to your specific circumstances, something YouTube videos cannot fully convey, we have established an official Line account. Please register via the link in the video description and feel free to get in touch. Furthermore, those who register for the Line account will receive a complimentary self-checklist to verify naturalization application requirements in just 3 minutes, along with a worksheet to naturally guide you through drafting your statement of motivation. Details on how to obtain these are also provided in the description. As you embark on a new life in Japan, we encourage you to make use of these resources. We hope this video proves helpful. Until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the next video.